lost a chunk of your head.
Yeah, just the results of an accident like that to keep you awake.
One time we had 3 machines. One was in front of the other about, I don't know, 15 feet. My back was to the machine behind me, and another machine on our right side. And these things are, 18 feet long with the table extended, grinding big crankshafts. But anyway, the guy behind me was grinding some stuff. He was kind of a newbie. And anyway, traversed the table the wrong direction. In other words, shoving the chuck and the workpiece toward the wheel. And there's a hydraulic rapid return that goes back and parks the wheel way out of the way so you can move the table to the next journal or whatever you're grinding. Anyway, went the wrong way, broke a brand new, I guess they're about $1,600 a piece back in, but brand new wheel, and it blew up in his face, and he did not get a scratch. And we picked up fist-sized chunks of wheel about 250 feet back in the parts room that went over a fence. He didn't get a scratch. You're talking about God watching over you.
Somebody hit it?
Did it cover me up?
No. I was giving him a chance to get in.
Yeah, Roger.
What kind of surface grinding, he was describing that and the wheel and everything, and it reminds me, my uncle had an automotive machine shop, and in that machine shop he had a grinder that's horizontal, doesn't cylinder heads and blocks and stuff, and they would they could grind it. I think that's what they call it, surface grinding. Wasn't anything like that, was it?
Well, I ran plenty of them. Yeah, there's big surface grinders. I ran Blanchard's, which has got a gigantic magnetic chuck on it. It's about 3.5, 4 feet wide with a probably 28-inch segment wheel, and you did like heads on it. The table would turn and the wheel would go over it, cover it. You'd grind a whole bunch of stuff at the same time. Yeah, then we had single surface grinders, we had tooling surface grinders, cylindrical grinders, crankshaft grinders, hand grinders, you name it. But that was with back. I mean, anything to do with a back, you needed, we had the equipment, so I enjoyed it.
Well, if you got to have a job, you got to make money, and you're lucky enough to find a job that you like, you are lucky.
Well, I did pretty good. I retired at 50, and I had 4%, so I did all right. Invested a little bit, tinkered on the side. I got a little shop here. I got some lathes and drill presses and cross vices. I need a decent bridge board, an end mill, but I do pretty much everything with my cross vice if I'm careful and take my time. I'm building a lot of tower craft plates, rotor assemblies, and you name it. But anyway, bearing shells, that type of stuff. Doing stuff. I have my own welders here and whatnot.
You got
I enjoy it
welders?
when I feel up to it. I feel better, getting back into it maybe here. Last thing I did in the shop was spin a bunch of feed point insulators up out of PVC. You know, punched a whole bunch of holes in them, and you know, got the 239s mounted. Anyway, I like goofing around.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's the name of the game. Is just don't sit down and rock. Get out and go. That's what, or at least that's what I'm doing.
You are, John. You're leading the way.
Where's Drew?
Hey, bud.
What are you doing, Drew?
Hey, y'all. I got three of you there. Hello, everybody.
Morning, Drew.
Good morning to you, sir.
Hi, Drew.
Hey, what's going on there in the land of Lincoln there? It's been so long. I think your name's Greg, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I'm in Evansville tonight. That's another land of Lincoln. He grew up in Indiana. He's from here. Born in Kentucky, grew up in Indiana, and then settled in Illinois.
There's Lafayette, too. There's Lafayette, Indiana.
Who are they?
There's Lafayette, Indiana, up there northeast of you, ain't it, Greg?
I couldn't hear Greg good enough. What is these people doing? What's going on?
There's a Vincennes, Indiana, pretty close to me. Vincennes, that's a French town that has French roots. French Indians, and they had a pact. It's a trading center for furs.
There's a lot of French. There's a lot of friendship in that area at one time, wasn't it, Greg?
We doubled. I just added also the home of Red Skelton.
Red Skelton, yeah, he was a good one. I grew up watching him.
Anybody younger than 60, do you? You remember Ed Silver show always come on Sunday night on CBS.
Yeah, we got a really good show.
Yeah, and you've always in contention against Bonanza. You know that NBC had Bonanza and Wonderful World of Disney.
Yeah, that's right.
You say that, Red?
What'd you say, Greg?
Is that Red Skelton you're talking about?
Well, what's he saying? I can't get all of it.
Was she talking about Red Skelton?
Yeah, I was talking about Red Skelton. Ed Sullivan stayed on. Both of them stayed on television from the late 40s until 1971, when they walked off TV, having their own show.
He had the character Crazy Guggenheim.
I'm so sorry, Greg. Anyone else?
Yeah, Crazy Guggenheim, Crazy Guggenheim, and Freddie the Freeloader.
Yeah, Crazy Guggenheim. He'd come up there and act drunker than a skunk. The bartender said, "What do you have?" How about what you have? Hey, I feel a song coming over me. and Frank Fontaine then to sing a song. Frank Fontaine. Frank Fontaine.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay.
Who was the guy on the Jackie Gleason show?
You want him?
The guy that drunk, was he Crazy Gook and I'm also on the Jackie Gleason show?
Yeah, that's what he was talking about.
Oh, okay.
You remember that had those June Taylor dancers and come out and dance and stuff like that, at the Rockettes? I was just a little bitty kid, but I would go around, I'd go in front of my father, and when those women were kicking up with their short skirts, I put my hand in front of their face. I said, you shouldn't see that, Dad. I was like the 3rd or 4th grade.
Yeah, he probably didn't appreciate that too good.
Well, there wasn't much you don't see with the June Taylor dancers back then, but you could always hope.
What was the drunk that used to hang out with Dean Martin? Forrester or Foster? I can't remember his first name. Foster Brooks. Foster Brooks. That was Dean Martin.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah, Dean Martin and Foster Brooks. Yeah, he was hilarious.
He was really good.
He said he hardly ever touched the stuff. He said he didn't have any desire for it, and he never asked us, but he could play it great.
Yeah, he done as good or better than Dean Martin, and Dean Martin was actually drinking. Yeah.
Dean Martin, if you check around a little bit, Keith, I know everybody had him as a rush, and just, that was part of the persona, so to speak, of being a lovable louse or something like that. But there's a lot of people who's come forward since he passed away and said he wasn't near a drinker what people thought he was. He said he kept it one wife. He had all those children, and it was more restraint as you thought it would think. What they said.
I think I've ever seen every skit he's ever done. I YouTubed him to death. I think I've seen just about everything Foster did there. God.
He's doing well.
Red Scout's characters.
I remember when he went into a bar and Dean Martin sitting there, and they got yakking, and he was obviously Bob Foster. Dean finally asked him, well, what do you do for a living? He goes, well, I'm an airline pilot, which reminds me, I think I'm late for a flight.
I'll get to that.
He was a brain surgeon one time. Oh, my God.
Gentlemen.
Foster, his hands were shaking. Then he showed Dean his good one.
You made me think of Jethro on the Beverly Hillbillies and said brain surgeon. Yeah, there was those Dean Martin specials in the late 60s, early 70s. There's one you might not have ever seen. Foster Brooks was on the last season of the last season of Green Acres. And it's a long story, but Arnold, the pig, can tell well by his tail. And he's proved that he's a big inheritance of a port big barrel money, and he goes up to try to get it, and then the tail messes up, and he said it was It was July, and it still said it's going to snow. Everybody tried to run them off. Said, you're no good. And then, of course, it snowed in July there on television.
I don't remember that one. It sounds like one I gotta look for. Green Acres, okay.
My father, we watched that religiously when they had a color TV screen, though. I never what color looked like until the 1980s. He would watch a lot of them old shows. He always never missed All in the Family. He really tell you.
We lost John. Wake up, John.
I'm watching a motorcycle race and listening to y'all. I got the volume turned down watching the race.
Yeah, where they racing at? Out west somewhere?
Daytona, that's the reason I used to go to Daytona every year. One of those, well, before I became a dealer and after too. But I hadn't been down there several years. I still enjoy the race, but it's usually about the middle of March, and they just had the race. I found it here on TV, so they rerun it, and I'm watching that. I got the volume down. I know most of them. I know the first 5 or 6. On there because they run about every year. And some of them, there's one guy that's still running that ran when I was here, the young man. But anyway, I'm listening.
Yeah, okay. How fast them guys going on them motorcycles on down at Daytona?
170.
Roger, my God, I hope they don't stay up on the motorcycle.
Yeah, when they don't, they get hurt bad. Sometimes. Well, it's not as bad as the race. Was a big race over in Europe they have.
Oh man, I don't know the name of it. You're talking about the Le Mans.
I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, that's all I'll say, Le Mans.
It's very similar to that. I think there's another name, but talking about Daytona, I was telling John the other night. I don't know if you're in there, but that one guy from Moonshiners, that tall, thin guy that had a buddy, and they built a still underneath the platform for having parties and whatnot, Walker Creek or whatever. But anyway, that guy got all busted up. He used to have that white dog, Sweetie. Who I'm talking about? Oh, is he a motorcycle driver? Yeah, he raced bikes at Daytona. I guess in between making moonshine. But anyway, he got all screwed up. He's back on the show, but he's all crippled up.
I guess it was Rodney King.
I honestly cannot remember his name. The tall, thin guy had another guy helping him most of the time. It was his partner. They got in a bad argument, and I think they even got in a fight. Ended up going their separate ways. was probably even